I've been playing this game for quite a while now, and I managed to get myself the best pickaxe in the game. But how did I get to this point? Well, here is going to be the best early game armor you can forge. What we are going to want to do to actually get our materials is to head into the cave, and we want to go deeper, okay? So we want to take a left, and over here is what I consider to be the best grinding spot to actually get yourself materials. Because if you go too far in, the monsters in there are actually way too strong for you to defeat. And while these boulders are pretty good for mining, as you can tell, they do give quite a lot of materials like ice and mushrooms. They aren't the best due to the amount of strong zombies, and especially this guy too. The elite zombie is also quite a hassle. So let's head back out here into the best spot. And also there's oftentimes ores where there's like triple ores, alright? Basically triple ores and double ores are basically where there's multiple veins and you can hit them all at the same time. Now let's go ahead and grind at these triple veins for a little bit longer. Now after a little bit of mining, I did manage to get myself some materials to go ahead and craft with. But please make sure that before you begin crafting, you probably have to go and visit the wizard for a class change. Because what we are mainly looking for is not going to be any combat class such as the demon or anything else you guys might have, but it is mainly going to be the dwarf, okay? If you guys have the dwarf, this is a must use because of the 5% better forge. You just have to get this, man. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and equip the dwarf. Look at how small I am, and let's actually go ahead and forge right now. Now here are the general basics you want to keep in mind when you are actually forging. So if we head over to the forger over here, what you really got to make sure is that you have enough materials to get yourself to the heavy different sets of armor. For example, right now we have light helmet, there's heavy helmet, and there's the, okay, I'm just going to put in a random item, and there we go, light helmet, right, wait, we need 3 at least, okay, there we go, 3 items, and now look, light helmet, and then we can put in more, and then it'll eventually go through, cycle between all the different pieces, for example, helmets, leggings, chest plates, and then when we put in more, then it'll become, as you can see, medium, and then it'll be medium helmets, medium leggings, and medium chest plate, and then it'll become the heavy versions. The heavy versions is specifically what we are looking for here. And the ratio we do want to keep in mind is approximately a 3 to 3 to 3 to 1 ratio, with your 1 being the best of whatever ore you have. So as of now, what I've gathered some mushroomite, some silver, some tin, some gold, you know, just all of these different good different pieces. And we are going to use cardboardite a lot because cardboardite is rather common and it has a surprisingly high multiplier. If we head into the index right over here and take a look at cardboardite, as you can see, it is 0.7 compared to something else such as gold or silver, which is only 0.5 and 0.65 respectively. So let's head in here and start crafting. We are going to use our cardboardite as our main base for this armor, and because we have 19 pieces, we generally want to divide it by 3, though preferably though you would have like 20 to 30 pieces of cardboardite, but in this case I will use around 6 or 7 pieces of cardboardite per piece. So let's go ahead and slap some in. Now we are going to try to aim for the actual helmet first, or we can aim for the chest plate first. I think I'm going to aim for the chest plate first, because from the chest plate you can either get the chest plate or the pants, but if you aim for the helmet, you could actually get yourself the medium chest plate, which is not what we want. So let's go ahead and put in a little bit more cardboardite over here, and then we can put in everything else that we've gathered. Now mushroomite is pretty good, so let's go ahead and slap some in there. We're going to put in around 6 or 7 of that as well, and depending on which one you have more of, silver or tin or gold, you can just slap them in. Now because I have not so much gold, but I have quite a bit of silver, I'm actually going to finish this off with quite a bit of silver, and we are also going to add in some of our ice in here, okay, because this is just pretty decent. So let's add in, you know, let's add in 4 over here, and we're going to max it out with silver. Alright, so we're going to keep on adding it in until you see, look, heavy chest plate, the percentage goes up, and we want it at around a 67% is generally what I'm aiming for. Now that's not just a funny number, it's because it's 2/3, okay? So our multiplier is 0.66. This is going to be the recipe we're using: 8 cardboardite, 6 mushroomite, 4 ice, and 19 silver. Now let's press forge. Because I have myself the fast forge, I'm able to, you know, get to this screen much faster. And look at that, I think that is a heavy chest plate. I do have to lock in a bit here, but I do have myself the better forge, so even if I do mess up a few times here, I should still get the 100%. And also guys, when you're doing this minigame, please make sure that you have like a different cursor, okay? Because I feel like a different cursor, such as my cursor right here, makes it much easier to see everything that is going on, which makes it easier to get all perfects. Or in this case, I did not get all perfects, but because of my better luck, I should still get, look, masterwork 100%, 21 defense. This is generally going to be a really nice piece of armor for the early game. All right, you definitely need that. Now let's go over some other pieces. Okay, we're gonna go over the leggings and the helmet. It's a pretty similar concept in that sense, where we're going to start off with some of our carbonite. Let's throw in 7 here, and then the other piece we'll put in 4 carbonite and substitute it with other things, as we got some poopite and some ite as well. So let's go ahead and throw in some mushroomite, you know, getting it all nice. We're not gonna, actually we're gonna use all of our mushroomite for this one, and the next one we're gonna use a whole bunch of gold, okay? And now we're going to end it off with some platinum that you can get. We're gonna add in a bit of platinum and then throw in some regular tin to finish it off. Now actually, yeah, we need some tin to finish it off. No. We could actually use gold here, and then we can substitute it by putting in a bit more platinum. Okay, if you guys don't have this much platinum, you can always use more carbonite, more mushroomite, more gold. Just make sure that preferably it's something with a higher multiplier, such as in this case, carbonite would be pretty fine. But let's go ahead and throw in some platinum. And our leggings, until our leggings becomes, well, leggings can't be higher than 50%. Well, it can. It can be like 51%, I'm pretty sure. Okay, 49%, that's pretty good. As long as it's majority leggings with the second highest into heavy helmet, that is what we're going to be doing. Look, in this case, the second highest is heavy chest plate. And since we already have one, we do not want that. So let's go ahead and subtract some platinum here. And I think that is pretty good. Let's add that in, and let's go ahead and forge. Now let's see what we get. This should be leggings. There we go. We have ourselves some green leggings over here, and we're gonna go over the same process. Forging this is not that difficult. You just want to try to get perfect as much as possible. It's really important to become patient, because I feel like when I mess up a lot, I'm just clicking way too quickly, not reaching the circle in time. But there we go. That was all perfect even before the buffs. So after the buffs, I don't think it can be like 105%. It'll still be 100% masterwork, and it is going to be a 21 defense rare item, which is pretty good for the early game. And lastly, we are going to add down for the helmet, alright, because we don't have the helmet just yet. So let's go ahead and throw in the rest of our materials, though we are going to use poopite here because, you know, you guys will still find some poopite, and poopite is actually pretty good because it does have an effect as well. Just make sure to follow the rule 3331 if you are using poopite, because you want to have the same amount of poopite as your other rare materials. So we don't have 3 platinum, that's why we can't actually use platinum in this case. We'll use 3 ite, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, aite. We'll put in 3 cardboard, and then we'll just fill the rest with tin, alright? The helmet might be a little bit worse. If you guys have enough poopite, ite, and carbonite, you guys can throw in a 444 and then fill it off with like tin, silver, whatever you guys choose, or a 555 or a 666. A 666 would be the best here, but I don't exactly have enough for that. So we'll just throw in some tin, and as you can see, 51% heavy helmet is looking pretty good. We're gonna reduce it until we get exactly 51, because if we go over 51, it just decreases our multiplier. As you can see, 0.62 and 0.63. So let's go ahead and forge our last piece of equipment. We're gonna hammer it down, and it is leggings. Typically though, it will become a helmet. You may need to try it out a few times to get yourself the helmet. But after you are done crafting, you should be able to get yourself a 21 defense chest plate, a 21 defense pants, and also around a 15 to 20 defense helmet as well. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.